Hey guys, this is Tutorials 101. If you're just starting out in Dragonflight and you feel left behind, don't worry, I will provide you with all the information, tips and tricks in a single video, and once you're done watching, you will exactly know what to do and where to begin. As everyone is starting to hit max level, a lot of people have been wondering what do they need to do to keep their character up to date and not to fall behind. Good news is that Dragonflight is different than Shadowlands. Dragonflight gives players much more freedom to choose their own paths in the game. Each path you choose grants you unique rewards, either it's PvP, PvE, professions, world quests, or etc. In Dragonflight, at max level, you're not forced to do content. There is so much to do, but it's up to you what do you like to do in this expansion. In this video, I will go through each section of activities you can do in Dragonflight, and then you can choose for yourself which path seems enjoyable for you and pursue that path. Before we begin further, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you can never miss a video from your favorite YouTuber. Your support is greatly appreciated. First thing first, I recommend is to unlock the Dragonglyphs. Dragon riding is a huge feature in Dragonflight. It is entirely different and unique than typical flying. It is similar to Evoker's soar ability, but much more faster. And you can potentially keep flying for an indefinite time if you unlock the Dragonglyphs. There are about 48 glyphs that you need in order to unlock all talents. There's a huge difference between no glyphs and having full glyphs in dragon riding. If you are currently leveling, I strongly advise that you pick up these glyphs along your questing path so you can unlock all the great dragon riding perks. The most important perk is Thrill of the Skies. You generate 1 vigor every 5 seconds. When you have Thrill of the Skies, this enables you to keep flying for almost forever. To make finding glyphs easier, I recommend using add-on for this. The one that I personally use is called HandyNotes Dragonflight add-on. This add-on marks the glyphs on your map, so it's easier for you to find them. It saves you a lot of time from just going in random places to look for glyphs. Whenever you're close to a glyph, your dragon will prompt you that it feels a glyph nearby, so make sure you keep note of that. The download link is going to be in the description below. Secondly, I recommend finishing the main quest line. The reason for this is very simple. Once you complete the main story quest line, you will unlock world quests. World quests grant you powerful gear, Dragon Isle supplies, gold, and various other rewards. Dragon Isle supplies you can use in different factions in the Dragon Isles to buy various cosmetic, gear, and rewards from faction vendors. Once you unlock world quests, I highly recommend that you do not complete the world quests immediately. And the reason for that, I will tell you later in the video. Another path you can choose is to farm dungeons. Once you have sufficient gear, you can enter heroic or mythic difficulty dungeons. Dragonflight has about 8 unique different dungeons you can do. Mythic difficulty has a weekly lockout. There is a chance for the last boss in mythic difficulty to drop an epic recipe which you can use to craft higher item level gear. Each difficulty provides different rewards. Each boss gains further unique abilities on higher difficulty. Each boss in Dragonflight dungeons have several mechanics you must do in order to successfully kill the bosses. Normal dungeon drops gives 346 item level, Heroic 359, and Mythic 372 item level. I would recommend getting the Mythic dungeons done as soon as possible, because not only they're challenging, they're extremely fun. The reason I recommend doing Mythic dungeons is because Mythic dungeons drop 372 item level, which is great for your first 2 weeks before raids start. This will get your character in a good shape, but also, good thing to remember is that in Dragonflight, almost everything can grant you better gear, such as killing rares, doing world quests, PvP, PvP world quests, or completing weekly events. Remember, these rewards scale with your item level, the better gear you have. The higher item level gear you get from these sources. So doing Mythic dungeons gets you that early higher gear score, eye level boost that you need. And once you get that high item level, you can easily do those different activities to get the maximum rewards possible. Another great path in Dragonflight for gearing is professions. There is so much variety in professions in Dragonflight. There is things such as profession knowledge, profession gear, quality, and specializations. So much variety for you to hunt for. Professions in Dragonflight provide huge item level upgrades. Mythic epic crafts from professions can allow you to craft up to 395 item level. Regular crafts are 382 item level. You have wide variety of ways to gear yourself up, but personally speaking, Dungeon farming is a pretty solid and stable way to obtain gear. You can always choose this path if you like crafting generally. It will definitely enable you to have great source of gold and also get gear for your character. You can always craft gear for yourself or your friends or your guild, entirely up to you. There's definitely a lot to discover. This profession path will stay relevant throughout the whole expansion. There are special profession quests throughout the Dragon Isles for you to discover, which unlock further recipes and materials for you to make unique crafts. Overall, there is so much to discover, and this will definitely keep you busy. A very important recommendation I have for everyone is to activate the Engine of Innovations. It is located south of the Bronze Enclave in Baldraken. You must complete a trial in order to get your first Spark of Ingenuity. You can use the spark to craft high item level gear. If you want to craft gear or craft gear for someone, then you will need this spark. The limit for spark is 1 per week right now. It may change in future, but we don't know. If you're someone who's looking to get into professions, this is very important. And if you're also someone who has no interest in crafting, you can always go to the crafting station and get a craft order done. If dungeon grinding for gear is not part of your cup of tea, then you can choose path of Dragonflight reputation farming. In Dragonflight, there are 4 factions that you can earn reputation which is called Renown. Each Renown unlocks rewards and world quests from each faction. It's a constant flow of rewards. Each faction has their base in each zone. There are 4 zones. The Baking Shores has Dragonscale Base Camp, Teldrassus has Valdraken Accord, Onaran Plains has Marukai, and last but not the least, Azurspan has Iskara. There is also Sibelian and Rathion Chain, which lead you to choose one of the 2. The reward from Obsidian Citadel are very strong since it's an elite zone. I recommend doing these once you're at higher item level, and rewards are going to be scaled to the max. Once you choose one of the 2, you're going to be given a quest called Keys of Loyalty. You have to kill multiple elites and get fragments, and once you have 30 fragments, you're going to get an Obsidian key, which you can unlock further quests. There is also Cobalt Assembly in Azurspan, where you can get a 389 item level ring by farming Cobalt Assembly elites. You start with no repetition and arcane energy is set to low. In order to unlock the ring, you must reach high energy, which is 4 out of 5. You have to kill the elites around the area, loot item, and your repetition is going to start increasing. This ring is a huge item level boost for a new fresh character, and I would suggest doing it. Another great source for loot is the weekly events. Once you have reached Renown 5 with Valdraken, you can unlock the Siege of Dragon Isles weekly event. This will grant you repetition and 1 epic chest which contains gear. Also, in Onaran Plains, you can also unlock the Grand Hunt by getting your renown to Marukai to 6. You can also do the weekly communal feast in Azurspan. Another great source for getting higher item level gear is doing super rares. Farming super rare is effective if you're also combining them with doing different world quests in the area that you're killing super rares in. If you would like to know what super rares are and where to find them, please refer to my previous video which explains how to find and kill these super rares in Dragon Isles. Definitely a great source to get a chance at 385 item level gear, unique pets, and toys. The path of doing world quests. Now world quests can be a hit or miss, unless you do avoid this mistake. First of all, make sure you finish all your dungeons and get as much as item level you can. Typically, your world quests scale with your item level, and it is usually 10 item level above your average item level. So in order to get the best rewards from world quests, it is recommended you have maximum item level. If you look at this clip, I'm at 373 item level. Most rewards from quests offer me 376 and above gear rewards. Great part about doing world quests is that they grant you repetition with different factions, depending on which zone you're doing world quests with. This enables you to unlock more renown levels and get more rewards from your faction members. So yes, I personally do a lot of world quests and enjoy them, but if this is not the path you want, you can always skip if you like and choose to do different paths. You can always hunt for whichever gear you prefer, and you don't have to do all the world quests. If there is a world quest which offers gear as an upgrade for you, then I would highly suggest to do it since most of them are quick and easy to do. Another fun path of Dragon's Isles is PvP. You can do battlegrounds, arenas, skirmishes, brawls, and much more. You can also toggle war mode and do PvP world quests. farm for war mode caches. PvP world quests in Dragon Isles grant you bloody tokens, which you can use to get powerful gear. This gear currently is item level 366, which is pretty decent for first 2 weeks until you get the mythic regular gear. If you're big about PvP, then I definitely recommend farming the honored gear. When you're in war mode on, or you're in an arena or a battleground, the PvP gear scales over 400 item level, so I strongly recommend farming the PvP gear. Lastly, if none of this seems fun for you, you can also start leveling your alts. Leveling from 60 to 70 typically does not take as long as compared to previous expansions, and also there are so many new talents and specializations to discover, so it's always fun to try different classes. I also recommend trying Evoker class if you like playing Rangecaster or Healer class. It's a lot of fun in Dragonflight, since in Dragonflight flying is bound on account, so you also already have all the talents listed in Dragon Isles. Dragonflight also has Threads of Fate, so you can always skip main campaign and jump into quests which you like to do. I really hope this video was fun and you learned a lot. Hopefully, I'll be seeing you in Dragonflight, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Your support keeps me going. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.